Let's start things off fast as Isaiah Satenya, a Razorback signee in both football and track, and that's when magic happened. Ball game. A future Hog hits a game-winning buzzer beater, and it's a walk-off. Mayday lands on a Sunday this year, and right on cue, Mayday, Mayday. The pride of Arkansas just got the call they've always dreamt of.
That's where you're going to see it happen on TV. And if he does get the call tonight, he'll become the first Razorback since 2018 to be drafted in the first round.
Okay, as a UT grad, I'll stay horns even, but you folks at home can bring it down all week long. 40-21 over number 15 Texas. You could say that Arkansas socked Texas. It knocked my socks off and put new ones on.
A lot of these experts thought the best case scenario for Arkansas was being a mid-tier SEC team, maybe not as good as the likes of Florida or an A&M. That's not the case after what we saw tonight. What a performance by the Hogs. These fans, these coaches after that game, as you could see by the reaction, Sam Pittman's face says it all. 4-0 on the year, 2 upsets. It's all looking up in Fayetteville.
Growing up impoverished in the African country of Mali, chasing her basketball dreams across 3 continents, now bursting onto the scene as a Little Rock Trojan, shooting her way into Sun Belt honors. But as her career saw a come up last season, all the while, her world came crashing down.
Hog fans are filing into the palace, and there is anticipation in the air because history is about to unfold at Bud Walton. The last time the Razorbacks hosted the #1 team in the country was back in 1991. That's before all these players were born, and that's before I was born. The dust is obviously settled here at the Bud just 30 minutes ago. It was nothing short of an absolute party. Thousands of fans in the arena going crazy, and even more students, parents, adults all on the court having a blast. But tonight was a matchup that only dreams are made of as they take down a #1 team in the nation for the second time ever. The last time was in 1984 down in North Carolina that was led by Michael Jordan. Arkansas had to play their A game tonight, and from the start all the way to the finish, including even in overtime, well, the Hogs put A in Arkansas.
He played on the team from 2003 to 2008. It's the first interview I've had in studio where I'm not the tallest guy in the room. Cabot enters this game the 2nd-ranked team in the state, while El Dorado enters as the 4th-ranked team in 6A. So this isn't just about bragging rights, it's about statewide respect. As snow piles up by the inches, closing in on record-breaking numbers, Arkansas teams close in on the state tournament, and players look to post eye-popping numbers. With time ticking, Andy from the top of the arc, it goes off the back iron and drops through. Lake Hamilton and El Dorado storm the court and celebrate that man together. Count it as 11 points for Andy and 11 tissues we needed after seeing it. When was the last time that kind of thing happened? If you would have said 1945, you could say jackpot.
For the boys, it really felt like a moment of culmination. Ever since Nick Smith moved in, we've called them the best team we've ever seen in Arkansas high school basketball. 2 McDonald's All-Americans on the same team, but could they wrap it all up on top?
Dog piles, trophy hoist galore. Welcome into a special edition of Final Score and Johnny Rice of the boys, fresh off their title repeat.
Arkansas has played the likes of UAPB, A-State, Little Rock, and even UCA, but here's the catch. They were all in Fayetteville, and that encapsulates what this game was all about. A celebration of not just the Razorbacks, but of Arkansas sports in general.
Now, while those Razorbacks try to achieve greatness, all-time greats just had their names forever ingrained in the fabric of our state's sports history.
Very few teams in the country, nevertheless in the SEC, can really say that they made history. And that's especially true for the Razorbacks after a drought of success in recent years. But in 2021, Arkansas has already made history twice. In sports, there's such thing as a tale of 2 halves, but for the Arkansas Razorbacks this season, it's been a tale of 2 months, going unbeaten in September, beating 2 ranked teams and rising to number 8 in the nation. But in October, going 1-3, falling to unranked. So today at Ole Miss, can the real Hogs please stand up? Well, I'll tell you what, actually, after over 100 points were put on that scoreboard today, I kind of feel like sitting down right now. The improbable run to and through the College World Series is over for the Razorbacks as they lost to Ole Miss 2-0, being shut out. But these Razorbacks lost 6 of their last 8 games in SEC play, and then going into regionals and super regionals, they were on the road, and somehow, some way, they came 2 runs away.
But before we look back, let's look ahead into the future for Razorbacks basketball. The hype train for 2022 is full speed ahead thanks to a historic signing class. And this weekend, the 2023 hype train just got on the tracks. Alanis, we're not talking about dogs today, we're talking about hogs and their historic run to the Elite Eight. As a former Razorback, how cool is it to see your former team make it that far? We had a shooting method called beef. Bend, eyes, elbow, follow. But I'm just a reporter who didn't make varsity in high school, so let's see how these kids can get it done. Who takes his place? Well, no other than Anthony Lucas, and his resume is unlike any other coaches in the state. He's a former Razorback, and how does he plan to do that? Well, he'll tell you how. Taking home some hardware in the process. From phone calls to drives, Moppin has helped send many kids at Robinson to the next level, and a handful to Fayetteville. There wasn't a single clean spot on any of these Owls or their coaches. Growing up in Arkansas basically means growing up a Razorback. You live around shops like these.
You never gone to the KARK store?
You wear stuff like this. And you drink out of cups like these. And you even got dogs looking like this one. Heck, you might even be sleeping like this.
What's that guy doing over there?
I have no idea.
But being from Georgia, Chris Paul didn't have that kind of lifestyle. He wasn't around hogs, he had dogs. But that doesn't make him any less excited to don this cap next spring and this jersey next fall. The CDC recommends that you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Can you name one Razorbacks football highlight that lasts 20 seconds or longer, from snap to whistle? Those are video game numbers, but the numbers that matter most: 510, 175, and ultimately 0 offers. Let's go. And we made it. Get to know the numbers. 18 D1 offers at just 16 years old. Are you ready to rumble? Or will Morrilton defend their home court? Let's see. And he's flourishing at UCA. Nick Smith is the top 2022 recruit in Arkansas. He tries to lead Sylvan Hills to a state championship. The Arkansas state capitol has been an epicenter of emotions. Fear because of coronavirus, frustration because of protests, but this morning, fun because of a fan. And dive into history as we introduce the homegrown Hogs and the Razorbacks' top signing class of all time. 6 rising stars fuel the hype and make the future bright. A few from across state lines, and then there's your homegrown Hogs. Highest rated Razorback signing of all time. Teams to remember play in December.
Focus for every touchdown we get. I get a lot of, sometimes they're bad kids, and most times they're not bad kids, they're just in a bad situation. They don't know how to vent out. Meet me in the middle.
Once you've grown up in situations like that and been around and seen people that was in situations like that, you've always want to help.
Attitude is what? Everything. Gives you something to do, keeps you away from anything negative. Come right here then, come right here by me.
Get these kids to just going on the right track.
Forever, amen, we the best.
Coaching Little League is no little responsibility. Installing plays, instilling character, and inspiring little ones. And in Little Rock, Derek McDonald,
throw it on the ground,
or Coach Mack, has made it a big part of his life for over a decade.
You all right? Let me tie your shoe real quick. I went about 9 years without even having a kid or anybody out here that I really knew. It was just giving back to anyone that came out here. I felt like everybody was my kid out here. Here you go! First year was 2011. I was there first day. I was about 23 years old. My older cousin asked me to come out to help with water. First day of practice, I got chill bumps that I never felt before, and I found life here. Give me your game face. Okay. This is like a dream job. Couldn't tell you I missed a day since 2011 out here.
If I can do it, you can do it. I'm 50 years old. The way he inspires everybody, the way he inspires me to help coach these kids, helping others before he helps himself. He's just one of the greatest men I've ever met in my life.
Did you do what Coach said? Come on. You're gonna make mistakes, right? We all gonna make mistakes, but we just gotta do better. It's okay, it's about what you do after you make that mistake. I learned a lot from them. They tell me their stories about life. I just became a father 2 years ago, so they molded me so well just to be a good father. Juke them different? Oh! They all have a different background, all has a different story, and it's just amazing how they all come together and work together.
Go! Hit! Hey, take a knee, because people in the back don't listen. Forget if you don't like me, if you don't like anybody else. Enjoy each other, make it a great, fun locker room to be in.
Do I miss PA and miss my friends, those coaches, and miss those kids? Absolutely I do. How do you not?
In the northwestern part of South Carolina, you'll find Presbyterian College. It's the smallest FCS school in the country with about 1,000 students. Presbyterian College is in the heart of Clinton, a town about the size of Stuttgart. But that's where the comparison ends. Stuttgart is a tradition-rich football program. Presbyterian had only 38 wins since moving to Division I in 2007. That's why Kevin Kelly was hired.
It reminded me so much of where I was, and I loved where I was.
The season got off to a great start. The Blue Hose won their first two games, 84-43 and 68-3. But then the competition got tougher and a losing streak began.
Scoot out, motion right.
This season's been a roller coaster ride. Going up the hill and you can't see it. We fixed to go into a turn, can't see where it's going.
Good!
At times, we went off that roller coaster for a minute.
Hey, when I say good, stop running. You're not even trying. You're gonna get yourself killed. I'm gonna let them kill you.
God. And at times you're ready to dive back on that thing and keep riding it and having a good time. So the highs have been really high, the lows have been really low.
Well, I know, I don't know why. We're always live thought up. We have to say live sometimes because y'all act like we're dead.
For all the hardworking men and women in the booth and on the floor, I'm Nick Walters, wishing you a happy Father's Day and a great night. See you next Sunday.